I am a little bit sick. Not a big deal, really, relatively speaking. But there's coughing and there's congestion. All right, shoulder circles, arm circles. I'm going to try and keep this workout to 45 minutes or less. I think where I end up spending a lot of time accidentally is often the warm-up because it feels good to me now. But we are going to do a really basic format because I say this a lot, but I really think basics are the best way to go. However, I was literally in therapy yesterday talking I just talk for 60 minutes straight. Grab your hands behind you. And absolutely came to my own conclusion that I know that strength training is it has the biggest payoff. So like in my brain, in my very sometimes too I can be very pragmatic sometimes, and to a fault maybe. And all right, we're gonna skip the balance part. Let's lift one leg up and over, and then put your foot down really wide. It's a warm up, and touch the floor or touch towards the floor. Starting in 10 seconds, although you can start early if you're ready. Yeah, I kind of because my workouts are a bit limited lately, I decide strength is the best, and that's all I'm gonna do. All right, lift one foot, big step, and then squat, deadlift-ish towards the floor. Touch the floor if you can. If not, that's cool, just go low. Stepping, alternating legs. That's what I'm trying to say, alternate. Yeah, and I'm missing out on, the reason I want to do cardio more than strength right now is because of dopamine. Dopamine and serotonin, I want those things, I'm craving them. So that's what I feel like doing, but I know that it's not the best choice. The best choice is strength training for the health of my body, not my head, not my mind, right? My body. That's a bit limiting. So I came to my own conclusion. Let's do plank walkout. I should obviously give myself a pass to go ahead and do the cardio and get the dopamine and get the serotonin that might help me with the strength part. All right, so when you go down, make sure you push your knees out so that it's kind of like a bear crawl. But yeah, so we are still going to keep it with the basics. Basic stuff for 20 minutes. I will explain. And then a little bit of time for a short finisher, but we're going to do this quicker than usual. All right, knees to the floor, right foot forward. The kids just got here, which is usually a little rough because I never know, they just left school and dads and came here for the next 4 days. And so it could be, you never know, right? Just, you don't know what kind of stuff has happened for them in the past couple days. So what they need when they walk in. So that part is tough sometimes. Arlo started coughing. Not kidding. I sent out the text that I was going to do the workout, and Arlo started coughing about 60 seconds later. Arlo's prone to choking, so I have to be careful with that one. Bring your body up, left arm up and over, or reach back and grab your foot. I'm going to do that at the halfway mark. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. Yeah, Arlo is prone to choking. Just that kid. He's not quite, I don't know what it is, really. Something's not happening for that. So, yeah, he's coughing. I can hear him. So that makes me nervous. Bo is with him, though. Oh, so now I'm reaching back to grab my foot, and go for it if you can. It does put a lot of pressure on my knee. It's okay. Sometimes it's not okay. It's been okay lately. All right, to get out of this, though, I should say, if I let go of my foot, just let go of it, it's going to hurt my knee. Funny, it's going to hurt my knee. So I lean forward a little, then let go. I don't know why, but that feels fine. So switch legs. Yeah, if you can reach back and grab your foot, but then your knee is kind of the problem, just take it slower. Spend a little time, maybe figure out if there's something you can do, like a workaround. Because there might be something that you're not trying. Who would think, but I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't think to lean forward. That comes from years of training people. So I know that, I've learned it, but that's not gonna be, it's probably not gonna be something most people think of. So just take some time, be patient with it. I think that's another thing. If you don't, if you're busy, you probably don't, your workouts just don't have the space to like, to play around with things or to like try to figure out, try to self-diagnose what's going on with your leg, right? It doesn't, we don't have the capacity for that usually, most of us. I have reached back to grab my foot, but then you're gonna try to square yourself to the front. So turn forward, shoulders, hips forward. It's tough. So now I'm gonna let go really carefully. I'm gonna lean forward and let go. It works for me. Come to your hands and knees. We're gonna do downward dog. So fingers wide, spread your hand like you're gonna actually use your hands, and then lift your knees. Push your hips high. Wow, my legs are sore. Oh my God. So that was the halfway mark, and you could go down to your elbows and go into dolphin, which I often do, but I'm not going to today because this is pretty rough today. I was on my feet a lot yesterday. I was moving around a lot, and I accumulated a ton of steps. Okay, back to your hands and knees. Whew. We're gonna do cat-cow. So head up, tailbone up, arch your back. And I'm saying that with kind of a tone because take it seriously. If you don't normally, try to. Like, move your spine really slow and feel each part. See if you can move it in a wave or it's like it's kind of like the scapular push-up, right? But we're going to do the whole spine, but just pay attention to the whole thing and move it around. But yeah, my hamstrings are sore today because of that. I'm feeling it. All right, now we're going to do from your hands and knees or just your knees. Step forward and back. So you can do this. It's a different thing when you're on your knees versus hands. So it's funny. I find that doing it from my hands is actually really, really a good challenge for my hips. Doing it from my knees, right, with my hands up, that's a really tough challenge for my balance and stability and like body awareness. It's crazy how hard it is some days. So they're both good. And so whichever you like. All right, now frog stretch or squat stretch, your choice. I'm going to do squat stretch. And I'm going to add some reaching. Reaching up. This is for your upper back. It's really hard. Awful. And if you are trying that and it's not so bad, you could try both arms at the same time, which I can do it, but it's so miserable. It's not that productive. For me, it's keeping my shoulders down. It's so uncomfortable. All right, grab a mini band for glutes. I'm gonna do glute bridge. You know what? I think I'm gonna do glute bridge with the yoga block between my knees. So just a regular glute bridge, holding a yoga block between my knees. 20 seconds up and down, and then 20 seconds up and hold. Get ready. We're gonna start quick, and we're gonna do 4 rounds because I'm saying it now. Maybe that's a mistake. Let's see. I'm gonna go for 4, and you're welcome to do any amount, 1 to 4. It doesn't have to be 4. So doing it with the yoga block between my knees, it's going to be more of an inner thigh engaged glute bridge. All right, so round 1, lift and lower. So this makes it less glutey, like less glute burn for me, because I'm used to doing it with a band and really, really like pushing it. Up and hold. But my inner thighs have been maybe a bit neglected. So this is going to shift the focus, and that's good. I should be doing that more balanced. We all should. Probably. Okay, round 2, down and up. So when you lift, most likely you're going to need to do a scoop. Tuck your tailbone, most likely. most people do to get into the right alignment, to engage their glutes, and to use their glutes to open their hips. Ha! Lift and hold. So what I mean is the glute muscle, if your glutes are strong, it's going to help improve hip mobility, like the range of motion in your hip joint. Because if your glute is not strong and can't assist the joint properly, it's not going to have, neither is going to function that well. Okay, down and up, round 3. So if your glutes don't burn when you do glute bridge, it's probably the angle of your pelvis. So you might want to tuck your pelvis more or possibly less, but most people it's going to be more. Oh my gosh. Okay, up and hold. This is so brutal. And it is a different area of the glutes. It's a little more hamstring for me. So because it's a little more hamstring, I could try pulling my feet in a little closer, like maybe they're too out. But I don't know. It's intense. Not easy at all. Oh my gosh. One more time, down and up. So this is round 4. Do as many as you wish to do. I regret this a little. I'm going to go slow. Wow. Okay, up and hold. So my right foot is starting to cramp. The arch of my foot. I've been having IT band issues on my right side, and I've been having plantar issues on my right side. Like the whole right side, that tendon from hip or upper glute all the way down to my toes is angry. Wow, rest. So when I feel that, my foot is starting to cramp it's happened here and there in the last couple of weeks. I just try to relax my leg more. I want it to be engaged and strong, but I'm trying to lose. There's like an additional tension that I have in that leg that I'm trying to manage. It's not easy, but I can do it sometimes. Like that time I did it. I felt my foot cramp and I was able to just think, relax your foot, just relax. And I did, and it stopped. Like it's taken some time. I haven't always made it stop, but I'm getting better at it. All right. Shoulders, grab a long band. I haven't even said the workout. So it's 20 minutes. It'll be 30-second intervals. Grab a long band. We'll go to shoulder rotations. It'll be 30-second intervals, and you could do squat, upper pull, hinge, upper push, 30 on, 30 off, 5 times. That's 20 minutes. Perfect. You could decide, though, that you would want to do a single side something. All right, I'm going to stay here. Shoulder rotations. Go. Yeah, you could decide that you want to do single side something. And maybe then it doesn't fit into a perfect 5 rounds. Maybe it's going to be 4 rounds. And that's great. Like it's fine. That is a good thing. Single side something is a fantastic option to build strength. So if you're always doing squats, for instance, with the heaviest weight you have, working on more single leg stuff, that's the next step. That's what you gotta do. Because you don't have heavier, right? So that's what you gotta do. So yeah, 20 minutes, any way you want to spend it, really. All right, now pull aparts or standing pull. I'm going to switch to that because it really does work better for me, and I'm pretty sure something was crawling on me. This is low, so I'm just going to stay on my knees. So this is a standing row, but if my elbows are out a little bit, I can really get between my shoulder blades, and it's so good. So 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, but it also could be like a minute. Like you can think about it as every minute on the minute, whatever makes it easier for you to manage choosing. Oh, okay. Last thing, scapular push-ups. So hands and knees, or go right to your toes if that feels okay. I'm going to start on my knees and work my way up. So move your body down and up, but elbows completely straight. It's all shoulder blades. And don't shortchange it, really. Like make it as big as you can. The bigger, the better. I'm going to go up to my toes because I like to warm up to this because I find this really tough. Squeeze your bum, hollow body. Oh my gosh. All right. So think about how you want to approach the workout. If you want to add some cardio or not, it can be anything you want, really. I am going to add a like 5-minute finisher at the end. So 20 minutes and then 5 more minutes. So you have time for a little bit more. I think I'm going to go with really basic. I'm going to go with squat, upper pull, hinge, upper push. Like really, really basic. And then figure out how I want to make the finisher less basic. Yeah, I'm going to approach it super simple. I'm not even going to have a core element, that works fine for me most of the time. However, when you're doing this kind of workouts the way I do, and I don't often do a lot of core, the core element is like part of the work. It's part of the movement. You make it part of it. You feel, if you hold the kettlebell in a different way and you feel your core participate, you can get that out of it often. It's there anyway. And there's just like little ways that you can get it if you're paying attention to it, or if you're like trying to include that as an element. I'm going to press start, 15 seconds to go. Squats are first for me. I am going to use my wedges. Funny, I was saying the other day that things feel kind of okay. I think they still feel kind of okay, which is weird. Doesn't feel like it should be. Go. I'm going to start with a 20-pound kettlebell on the right only. This is one way to make it more core. And if you hold it like out a little bit, maybe not right against your body, even harder. Think of like, if you're holding one, it has to be kind of light. But if you can, like I'm holding it out because it's only 20. This is good. It makes it hard, but it's a good hard. Okay, rest. Okay, 30 seconds rest for me. I'm going to do upper pull next, and I'm going to do some chin-ups. I'm actually not into pull-ups at all right now. I'm not ready to let go of the skill of being able to do like one. I do, it's truly like I care a lot less now than I ever would have thought. It's a surprise. So anyway, I'm going to do some. Go. So any upper pull, bent over row, pull-ups, inverted row. Bent over row, right, is single arm, double arm, ballistic, alternating, any kind you want. Good, rest. Okay, hinge is next. And if you are doing a lot of bent over row, because that's the option, really, like maybe the only option you feel like you have, and do cleans maybe a little more often if your body allows you, because that would be a good variation. Because if you don't have a lot of options, add some cleans in instead of always bent over row. Okay. This is hinge for me. Go. I'm going to start with some 35s. They're not the same, but it's fine. And I'm going to continue to work on the Romanian deadlift, which is higher hips. The weight does not touch the floor. So I go down like 3/4 of the way, not all the way down. That is rest. I'm going to do a couple more because I started late. So I'm trying to keep the burn, the feeling of work in my butt and hamstrings, not my back, which is hard for me. I will feel my spine, the muscles around my spine. I'll feel them a lot. It doesn't usually hurt, but I want my butt to work more. Okay, upper push. Go. I think I'm just going to do push-ups. Oh, I'm going to do push-ups on a kettlebell. I've actually forgotten this option so much recently. So I'm going to have both hands on a kettlebell. The kettlebell is on the side. My feet are pretty wide. Lower myself with my elbows like right beside my body until my chest touches my hands. So tough. Good. Okay, rest. That For me, that's one round done. Okay. Starting again, I am going to increase the squat weight. I forgot that I wanted to do, I totally forgot the thing that I wanted to aspire. I was like, the make it a minimalist equipment workout. I was so excited about that and completely forgot. Go ahead, round two. I'm on squats. I'm going to stick with this now, and then remind myself. I like the objective of using as little equipment as I could, and still trying to keep the workouts in line with my goals of strength. So, and that's where I think those are hard progressions. Good, rest. Whew. So it's so interesting to try to do it that way because that's not easy. It's the leg exercises, I think, that are the hardest because of single leg, like really challenging movements like pistol squats. There's such a massive, like, that's a long journey for a lot of people. There's such a massive progressive or like range. It's not easy. Go. So without having the option of going heavier, you're going from like a lunge to then being like, okay, I guess I'll work on pistol squats next. Like, it's pretty daunting. It's not really appealing. I'm really trying to relax my body. All right, this is rest. I'm going to do one more. I'm really confused lately about how to do pull-ups better to overcome some of the issues I've had with it. I think I have to I have to tense up my back more, but I have to relax the rest of my body. I don't know if that's right. That's what I'm thinking. All right, hinge is next. Go. So I do like one deadlift from the floor first, and then I'm starting from the top. So tuck my pelvis, butt goes back, but I have to keep my spine super rigid. And that has always been really tough for me, apparently. Like, that's been the thing. Oh, you should feel this in your butt, which I do sometimes, and I'm blown away. That's rest. I'm going to do a couple more. When I feel it in my butt, I'm like, holy shit, okay, yeah, I get it now. It's still tough. I don't always get it right, but I know what I'm aiming for. Oh my God. Those are only 35s, which is not in the range of what I have been able to do before. It's so not that heavy, but I find it is now. Push-ups. Go. These kettlebell push-ups are different than doing, for me, I find they're different than doing like diamond push-ups. If you just put your hands together on the floor, I don't know, this is different. For me, it's better. Not really easier. That's not the thing. Oh my God. Okay, rest. That's 2 rounds. Yeah. I have 3 to go. And starting over with squats. All right, I'm going to go up again. Go. So this is the start of round 3 for me. Oh, so you can work on, I want to say strength, but there's other elements that are really important, right? Like range of motion, mobility, so that you can go lower without rounding your back. Oh, speed is a big one. See if you can go super slow on the way down and then quick on the way up, like actually fast on the way up. Yeah, So difficult. The way down is really where like a lot of the damage to the muscles, the damage to the cell, that's where it's done. And on the way up, so if you go super slow on the way down, and then you expect those same that same muscle to then like be able to power you up fast, you're asking a lot of it, which is great. That's what we're trying to do. It's really tough. Okay, upper pull. Go. Oh my gosh. Good, rest. These are pretty brutal. I had my hands really wide. Just curious to see how it would feel. It made it super tough. It wasn't bad. It wasn't dangerous. It just felt really hard. Really hard and unpleasant. Okay. I'm back to deadlifts. So, go. So you could do this with different sizes, even if it's a bigger difference. Like these are not quite the same, but it's just a few pounds. But if you had, like, it would change the effect of the exercise to being glutes, but also a lot of core, right? If there was a big imbalance in the weights, but that's not a bad thing. That's a great thing. If that's what you have to work with, it opens up that kind of option. Rest. So just, yeah, to think about that, it's good. It's a good exercise. It's going to be different than what this feels like for me, but it's good. Holy crap. Okay. On to push-ups for me. Also, push-ups from kettlebells is so great. A really fun one. Go. Push-ups from essentially from parallettes, from bars. You can do it from the handles of kettlebells as long as they're not going to tip over. Yeah, elevated push-ups like that are so good because you'll probably go a little bit deeper than you normally do, which makes it a little harder. Oh my God. Yeah, what's up? Okay. Rest. I think there's 2 more rounds. This is rough. I have to blow my nose. Okay, squats again. Go. So I have been alternating sides. So round 4 is my left. And it does mean that I'll probably do my right side 3 times in the workout and my left side only twice. I could also split up the last interval, like 2 or 3 on each side. Oh my God. Rest. Okay. That was pretty heavy for me. Upper pull is next. Wow. So my elbow has been hurting, and it still does. It hurts while I'm doing the reps. It doesn't hurt later though, like at night. Like it's not hurting, it doesn't hurt later. Go. I don't know what to make of it. I'm hoping that if I just, I'm hoping that a couple workouts actually helps it. Sometimes if you work through it a little bit, it actually goes away. It gets better. It's not really happening though. Good work, rest. But it's not getting worse in the sense that it doesn't hurt me later. I am back to hinge. I am starting to forget what side I'm on. I think it's this side. So I am switching sides, even though these are almost the same. They're different. They're not the same. So go. If you are ever trying to figure out what exercises you should do, and you find there's just too many, you can even scale it back to squat, push, pull. Very standard format. Squat meaning, oh my gosh, good, rest. Upper push is next. In the squat category, what that really means is any knee dominant. So squats, lunges, step ups, shrimp squats, split squats, all of those. So you pick one from that, maybe right side, left side, but you pick an exercise and then you do an upper pull, like row, upper push, and that's it. You don't even have to have the hinge. It's more if you have the hinge, but go. This is upper push. However, it's a really, really good way to make it just even easier, like not easier as in less challenging. I mean like easier to plan, easier decisions, less decisions. Whew. Whew. Okay. Brutal. So one more round. My elbow hurts doing that unless I like squeeze my butt and like brace my core. Then my elbow doesn't hurt. So if I'm properly like engaging everything, it takes the extra strain off the elbow. If I'm not really engaged through the core, the glutes, my elbow tells me. Last round, squats again. Go. I kind of want to go up, but I think that would be silly. So I'm not going to for this last round. Good. Rest. Ooh, okay. Upper pull. Holy moly. So because I was finishing on my right and it's my right elbow that's hurting, it's all going, the squats all felt really good. Like it was going well, but I don't really want to push my elbow too much. All right, go upper pull. I just wanted to take my elbow into consideration on the last round. Oh God, okay. Good work, rest. Okay. Next up is hinge. You can also, if you are hinging the same weights that you've been hinging a long time, you can also do kickstand anytime or deficit. So if you need a small step, but then you lower the weights beyond the step. Go. And the step can be kettlebell or can be yoga blocks. Now I realize that doesn't sound the safest, but you gotta be careful. You're right. Go slow, be cautious, be sensible. But I think it's doable. Especially if you had one kettlebell that you were going to use and hold it, on one side only or with both hands in the middle. Oh my gosh. Good. Rest. Oh, I am not feeling these last ones at all. That's crazy. I just abandoned them. I was not really feeling, nothing was wrong. No sensation in my glutes whatsoever. And like I could see that my back was round and I couldn't stop it. So I guess like my body's like, no, we're done with that. That's not happening anymore. Last interval is upper push. Okay. With the push up, you want your head up, chin up a little. I think everybody is typically, we have our heads hanging a little bit. Keep your head up, squeeze your butt. Oh my God. Okay. Good work, rest. So this has gone on a little long, so we're not going to rest for very long. We're going to take about 1 minute and go into 2010. Let's say 2010 for 5 minutes, and then that'll be it. And it can be anything you want. Ignore those beeps. It can be anything you want to fill that way. If you want to do one thing, you absolutely can. One thing for 10 intervals, you could reduce it to 8. Absolutely, right, for a Tabata. It could be 2 things 5 times. It could be 1 thing 5 times straight, and then it could be the other thing 5 times. Like it can be anything, any way you want. So don't overthink it, because we're going to go in 30 seconds. I think I'm going to, I always do lateral raise, but like, shoulders are everything. Shoulders and glutes are everything. I'm going to do legs. I'm going to make it legs on legs on legs. I'm not exactly sure what that looks like just yet, but we're starting in 15 seconds. It'll probably include some kind of lunge. Truly, let's go. So I'm just going to do legs. I'm going to go with a jump lunge, but it's going to be a very mindful jump lunge, not high reps, very good reps. Ready. Go. I'm going to start with the jump lunge. So I don't care how many I do. I don't care if I take breaks. I really want these to not hurt and to feel strong. Good. Next, I'm going to do a heels elevated, like crouch. So heels are going to come up. I'm going to take a little step forward. You can put your hand on the wall. Absolutely do that. I'm going to crouch. Come all the way up, step forward, do it again. My heels don't go down unless I have no choice. And the crouch is really up to you. Like the technique is wide open. All right, that's rest. Let's go skaters now. I realize I'm choosing more. That's okay. Skaters. Go. When you land, stick your butt back. So take the time. Don't rush. I was just going pretty fast. Slow it down and think land, butt. Land and butt. Like land and then deadlift. All right, rest. Last thing. Let's go. I know what I have done. It's okay. We'll go into like a low squat and step side to side. Go. So I'm going to get low. I'm going to step in and out and then back. Doesn't really matter. If you don't like the stepping, just pulse maybe, or just squat. All right. Let's do that 2 more times and then we'll stop. Because I did that thing. Jump lunge again. It's round 2. Jump lunge. Go. If you don't like the jumps, just go reverse lunge, right? Or change it to whatever. And your arms play a big part. So they're going to sweep. Allow them to move you, right? Be part of the motion. Oh my God. Oh, skaters, I think. No, crouches. So heels up, crouch down. Okay, so if you don't like the crouch, just walk on your toes. Maybe do a little crouch. Like whatever works. I'm thinking calves, right? Calves and ankles and feet. Rest next to skaters. Go. Land and like deadlift. You could also extend your leg. That is going to help get you into the right alignment. And if you are going really quick, your joints don't have a chance to like stack and like align. Rest. There is value to going fast. There is. I had totally forgotten the last one. No, it's the squats. It's the squats. So try to keep your knees open the whole time. So even as you're stepping, the back leg is still pushing out. Oot. Oh my God, one more round. One more time through if you want to, right? Jump lunge. Okay, go. Oh, arms. Okay, I'm saying that for a reason. I was not really using the arms, but like use them. 100% there's value to not using them, but like, why? I know why. It's not, for a lot of people, that's not where we're at. Use your arms. Like, you know, use the thing so that you're doing it really, really well. Skater? No. Heels up. Crouch or not, right? Just maybe a little bit, but keep the heels up or just walk. Rest. And then this straddle sumo squats. Go. Oh. Try not to look down. I'm really, really like pushing my knees out, stretching my inner thighs. It's brutal. Okay, we're done. Rest, finished. Nice job, we're done. Okay.
Thanks, Jenny.
Thanks.